and ultimately ended up not working out, and it fell through.
Yeah.
She's okay, but she's not with us.
Yeah.
And that was heartbreaking.
It was a tough time, but I think that time like really opened up like our eyes and our hearts to the idea of adoption.
Mm-hmm. So we were grieving the loss of that, and our hearts, she was just like very much ours, and had kind of like laid out how our life would be raising a teenager who, comes from a hard place. And we had a really good summer and a good fall. We went to Mexico with our friends, and then we were like, let's try to have a baby. So we got pregnant the first month we tried, and ended up having a miscarriage, which is awful. It took a long time. I had a lot of stuff going on with my body from that, with all of the hormones, and like months and months afterwards, we're still not pregnant, and negative pregnancy tests and negative pregnancy tests and negative pregnancy tests, which is really disheartening and not, I don't know, like, it's very lonely. Like when you really want to be a mother or really want to have a family and it's not happening for you, and it's happening to everybody around you, and people don't understand, and they ask questions like, are you pregnant yet? Like, when are you guys gonna have a baby? And you're like struggling through that. It's just really lonely.
Yeah, lonely is probably the best word I would use. Yeah.
And
a few months later, we went with Sammy when he was on the Toby Mac tour, talking about adopting a child, like, X amount of dollars per month, and helps him go to school and be fed. And again, he goes up on this stage, and I'm filming, I'm working, and he said, and he's talking about back of the line, and I was, I don't know how many people were there, 10,000 maybe, I don't know. And it was like I was the only one in that room, and I was focused, I was like working, I was like thinking about getting the shot or whatever, and I was like, I remember taking like a deep breath and like pausing, thinking like, he's talking directly to me. And it wasn't specifically to like adopt a kid for X amount of dollars a month so they go to school. I was like, I think we need to go get a kid.
I mean, and ultimately I was like, you know what? I just feel like we're supposed to do something big. I've been saying that for years. Like, I just feel like we're supposed to do something big, and I think this is something big, and I want to pursue adoption. And I remember we were driving down Corey Road, and I remember saying to you in the car, I'm all in on adoption. I think this is our story. I think this is our path, and I like, let's do it.
Yeah.
And I remember feeling so free and feeling such a peace in my body that we had made a decision, and just a piece of like, I just felt peace because I feel like I know it was right.
So we asked the agency not to call us until 4 o'clock in the afternoon, because that's when Becky comes home from work. And so every day at like 3:55 for the last 3 days until like 4:05, it's like pins and needles, like a lot of anxiety and just nervousness. And
we look at our watches.
Yeah,
and we're like, it's 2:57.
Yeah, it's just been this week has been a lot, and it's been a lot of just like trusting. Just trusting that, I mean, ultimately it's already been decided, and I understand that. I've known that the whole time, but it's like, it's easy to say that out loud, but to actually like live in a moment of that is not an easy thing.
Yeah. I think that what this has taught me too is so much of being brave is just showing up. Like showing up for all of the things that we've had to do for adoption, and showing up on the hard days and the easy days. And this week has been excruciating, like waiting every day at 4 o'clock, because our lives are going to change. We're either going to be overjoyed or heartbroken.
Right.
And you're just showing up for that. It's been like both freeing and also really challenging to own that decision and just fully trust in God that this is what He wants for our lives. There's been story after story after story of like this like small moments that have confirmed this in our hearts. And we both can say wholeheartedly that this is what we want to do. And I know that even if we aren't the best fit for this little guy, that somebody else is, and no matter what, he gets a home and a mom and a dad, and he wins. But if it's not us, like, we're going to be heartbroken. So
stay the path.
Because we just heard this morning, so we've been dying all day, to tell you guys that you are officially
Yeah.
we have really exciting news. We are parents. Yesterday we got matched with a little boy named Mo. He's 5 and he lives in Taiwan right now.